fucking roof!
Underneath the bridge, the top is spawn a leak, and the animals I've trapped have all become my pets, and I'm living off of grass and the drippings from the ceiling. But it's okay to eat fish, 'cause they don't have any feelings. Something in the way. Something in the way. Yeah.
Good chats,
Big day,
boys.
mate.
Big day. Cheers,
Big
boys.
day.
Big
Cheers.
Sunday.
On the prost.
Absolutely huge.
Brought to you by
Another
Prof.
big working day on the 2020 Corona schedule.
Yeah.
So I've just gone from flat out to flat out.
Well, rain season's kicked in, so that's
Oh, so
in
now,
Bali.
so
Yeah.
now we're allowed to feel good about doing fuck all.
Yes.
That,
Executive
oh man, it is a good
decisions.
feeling though, isn't it, when you wake up on a Sunday morning
Don't have to do
and
anything.
it's just pouring down.
Yeah.
You just naturally go, oh yeah,
I can be lazy.
this is a yeah. Every excuse is taken care of. I'm chilling. Still end up doing shit though, don't we?
We all got stuff done. I got a bit of admin.
Yeah, I got loads
Couple
of
of hours of admin.
video editing done.
I
and
did some
we almost did
mixing.
a photo shoot. What did
Failed
you?
mixing.
Oh, failed mixing. But it's never failing because it's learning, right?
Yeah.
What are you working on? Dewi's.
Yeah, David's new track.
So that's for her new album, or?
No, it's just single. Like, it's actually, she paid me months ago. I finished the track a long time ago, but because I want to mix it by myself, so I just use it as a project for me to learn to mix, you know?
Okay.
So
Practice.
I've been mixing and remixing over and over
Does,
again.
does she know
Long-term
how many
mixing.
times you? Does she know how many times you?
Yeah,
mixed
she
it?
does. So many revisions. And yesterday I worked on it all day, you know, but
Still not happy with it.
still not happy with it, man. It's a skill that needs
What
a lot of.
What about it today did you listen to and go, nah?
There's something about it, like it just didn't sound. How do you say it? Like it just sounds really harsh to me, you know. Like,
Too much higher.
yeah, and
You're just
thin.
too high, mate. You
Thin
need to
and
get off the kratom.
sharp and just not easy to listen to, you know.
Yeah, right. Okay.
So,
It's not pleasurable. It's like the frequencies.
yeah,
are
it's like it makes you want to clench your jaw when you.
Maybe
it
you need
makes
to-
you want to gurn. You've turned it into a gurning track.
Exactly.
But sometimes when I've done mixes, you just got to hit reset and just take everything off and start again.
Yeah,
And
that's what I'm gonna
yeah.
do tomorrow.
Yeah.
Especially if you've got too much automation. Do you do a lot of
Yeah.
automation?
No,
Okay. Because I've seen.
because it's a band. It's like it's not electronic music, so I don't really do automations.
I remember years ago doing one of my first EPs, and a guy was mixing it, but he was just like, he was sort of learning himself. He was at SAE, I think, and he'd just done so much automation on
I think
it
it's more
that-
subtlety. I've done tutorials and it's more like 1 dB or half a dB. Or,
Right. Oh,
Yeah.
this
where
is just
if
looks
he-
like a
if you go
spider's
extreme-
web.
Yeah, spider's
And
web.
yeah, and he played it, and
Yeah.
I just didn't sound natural anymore. And then, and that's actually when I first became mates with Gareth, because I'd already knew him from that All Ages gig. And then I called him and said, "Man, do you mind mixing this?" And he said, "Yeah." So I went, "Sweet." And I remember I told the guy, "Man, I'm going to get someone else to mix it because he's, you know, it's the Machine Gun Fellatio guy." And
I love that name.
yeah, and I took it to Gareth, and I remember the Gareth opened it and just looked at it and went, "The fuck are all those lines doing there?" Like, just because he just automated so bad, so much, and he just wiped it all and started again.
Yeah.
And I think he just mixed off it through a desk. Actually,
Well, the thing is, I find it harder to mix acoustic because the music that I was mixing was like acoustic. It's a music with acoustic instruments, you know, like drums, real drums and stuff. I find it a lot easier to mix electronic music because the sounds are kind of already.
They're already completed.
They're just like the kicks.
And they're already kind of condensed.
Yeah.
So like, especially with acoustic drums, like because I'm trying to avoid replacing.
Drum replacement.
Because that would be like a shortcut. That would make it faster.
You're not learning, right?
So but I'm not learning, you know.
But sometimes you have to if it's a shit sound.
But
your studio, I mean.
Yeah, I'm just trying to experimenting to find a good sound without doing a replacement, you know. So just trying to think like the analog way, you know, kind of thing, you know.
I was surprised how good your drums sounded the other night when you just went in and just hit them just for some samples for the Crossfire when we were recording.
Yeah.
They sounded pretty good straight away, like in that room.
Yeah, but you know that room and that kit's just you've already always got it tuned really well. You know? And when you worked in a room like that you know inside out, you know, it's not hard.
It's faster, for sure.
Yeah.
When's Reza coming back?
I don't know, next week.
Don't know yet. Man, I think I'll miss the jam.
Where is he? He's in Jakarta,
Yeah.
Reza, come back home to us, to the Krat house.
Yeah, I think he's missing it. He's just he's kind of stuck there because his ex-wife had an accident and sprained or broke her ankle or something.
Oh, shit.
Oh, okay.
So he's been looking after everything.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And it's full. Oh man, like talking to when we did the Bali Rooftop.
They're on lockdown now, man.
Oh, yeah, no, they are. Yeah,
they're on
Jakarta's in lockdown.
Full
right
lockdown,
now,
Extreme lockdown now.
Yeah.
And it's hardcore. Like when the guys were here, Russ Muhammad doing the Bali Rooftop.
We are literally under the Bali Rooftop.
We literally just did that.
Yeah.
The noise killer dude in the band.
Bismo.
Is that Bismo?
Bismo, yeah.
Oh, yeah, he's awesome.
Yeah, he was just saying how intense it was, like up there. Like it was either him or Russ that were saying they were on a bus on public transport and they had masks on, and they were he was facing his friend just having a conversation, and the security came and told him off and said, "You're not allowed to look at each other when you talk."
Wow.
Like that's how full on they're being about it.
Wow.
Yeah, like literally went off at him.
Someone told me that.
It's insane.
That's happening here in Bali. Like, I've heard of people getting pulled up in their cars, just a couple that live together, and their masks are around here, and they're just like, nah, man, just got to have your masks on everywhere. Yeah, it's nuts.
In the car.
In the car.
That's just ridiculous.
It doesn't make sense, but man, you just got to have that rule out there on a little while like this, I guess.
But to like pull a car over and go off at someone, like that's just taking authority to a ridiculous level.
Yeah.
I mean, just the energy involved in that interaction is so worthless. Like
they don't use police anymore there.
As a banter, yeah?
They use the military.
Oh, military? Where's that? In Jakarta?
Jakarta, yeah.
Oh, fuck. So it's like, what do you call it? Martial law.
Yeah. They don't use the police anymore.
Oh, my God.
Because apparently they're so hard to control that they just had to use the military.
Oh, man,
Far
that's kind
out,
of
man.
scary. That's really scary.
Did you see there were like areas where they had coffins, open caskets on the side of the road?
In Java,
and
yeah. Somewhere in Java, they had a drone going over top, and they just...
Oh, no. I'm talking about like, it was in Jakarta, I think, areas of Jakarta where if you were caught not wearing a mask, the punishment...
they made you...
They made you get into the coffin and lie in the coffin to know what it's like to be a dead person in a coffin for as long as they wanted you to. There's this footage of a guy lying in the coffin saying, "Bisa keluar," and the cop's going, "Belum." God. Like, you're not allowed to get out yet.
Wow.
Yeah. And they were kind of... It's funny because you could see the cops and the people, or the military, whoever it was enforcing it, they were kind of you could see they were kind of finding it a bit funny.
Yeah.
They weren't, but they were still doing it. Like they were still forcing.
Kind of weird.
Yeah, mental. But there's other places where they're forcing people to dig graves if they...
It's like when you're a kid and you get caught smoking and your parents make you smoke a whole pack of cigarettes.
Yeah.
fucking tiger.
So out there. Yeah, my mum rang when I got busted for smoking pot. My mum rang the police station and told them to come and arrest me and put me in jail for the night. Yeah, I was freaking out, man.
What did they do? What did they?
The guy just, but I didn't hear him, but I could hear, based on my mum's conversation, I could hear that he was saying, "Man, we're not gonna, we're not gonna come and arrest."
That's police resources coming all that way for a teenage
He was
kid.
obviously sort of could tell that she was an over the top reactionary parent.
And it's going to cost more. And it's going to cost more taxpayers' money to bring in a couple of patrol cars.
Yeah. So there was no point where. Yeah, when she was doing it, when she was calling it, she was going, "You need to come to my house. My son's been smoking marijuana. It's illegal. He needs to be arrested and put in jail for the night." I was freaking. I'm in the kitchen just looking at her going, like 14 or 15.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Thanks for knocking on me, Mum.
Yeah. It's so crazy, yeah. And I mean, she thought she was doing this Good Samaritan thing, and then I remember she tried a few things actually, and the people that she was interacting with were like, "Yeah, nah." Like the cop obviously said no, and then she decided to punish me by making me cut my hair because I had hair down to my ass. So the next day she was like, she booked an appointment at their hairdresser, and she's like, "Right, your punishment is you're losing all your hair." And I was, man, your hair's everything when you're that age, you know, like
teenager.
So I was like, "No!" And she dragged me kicking and screaming all the way up to the hairdresser. And then we get to the hairdresser and she goes, "You wait outside." And I was a mess. I was just, I'm Samson.
I'm Samson. Delilah.
Yeah. And then she went in and she comes out and she's like, "He won't do it." And I'm like, "What?" And she goes, "He saw that you were upset and he said there's no what." He said,
"Oh, good on him."
He said there's no such thing as punishing someone by making them cut their hair.
It's like in the tattoo, like forcing someone to have a tattoo. It's just,
well, the hairdresser too knows truly believes in the integrity of someone's connection to their hair. So
yeah, totally.
He couldn't have said
holding a child down, cutting his hair.
Yeah, imagine that.
Yeah, he'll get a pretty bad name for that if he did that.
Yeah. I'll put you on Instagram in 20 years when it comes out.
Yeah. Hashtag something.
You triggered me.
It makes me wonder, like, with this lockdown and everything, people, I wonder if people are going to start growing their hair and facial hair.
Mate, like, hello.
Mate,
yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Oh, I think
I'm shaving. I'm definitely shaving a bit, but I'm just letting the hair grow out. Fuck it.
You said you were going to let your beard go. What's going on, mate?
I can't grow a beard, mate. I tried.
You got bum fluff whisper
I'm bald as a badger, mate. I can't. This is the only thing I can grow.
You thought it was the big long beard
it's just
moment.
like tufts of things coming out, and it just doesn't look good. So
like the old Chinese dudes that think it's good luck to just let that mold
pop out,
like
go mental with the. Oh, dude, you got to sort that shit out. There's no good luck.
I cut it every day.
That's
every day.
Yeah, I've got one too that I forget
just trim
about.
your moles.
I have people look at it and go, "Do you think that's good luck or something?" I'll go, "Oh shit, I've got to cut that." Look at that one mole that just goes fucking
that's
mental. Reach for the sky. Yeah, it's foul, man. Those dudes that have the one on their chin or on their face and it's like a foot long, just forest, just belting it. It's foul.
The females there.
Oh yeah, it's definitely not the turn of the century.
Is that luck? Is that
man? The only luck is you're never going to get any sexually transmitted diseases because there's one thing that's never going. Oh my god, I see that shit and I want to run.
Jesus.
Yeah, it's freaky. That's some freaky shit, man.
Freaky.
But it is actually a good luck thing. Is it Indonesian cultural thing that it's good luck?
I don't know, maybe. I don't know. Honestly, I don't know.
I wonder, because I've seen, like, a lot of people have it, like, and they seem to be proud of it.
Yeah.
There's a lot of pride. It's like the nails. What's with the nail thing?
Liana told me that it's also like a Filipino thing.
What's going on there? I mean, just...
So I was like, maybe it's like a Southeast Asian thing.
Yeah. It's definitely a thing.
Yeah.
Because you see it, and you can see the person's proud of making, like, they've made a concerted effort.
Never do it,
Like, they are 100% I am not cutting that hair. And you're like looking at them 100% going, you 100% should cut that hair. What's going on? Yeah.
That's the leftover rum from the other night. One of your guests.
Oh, is that rum?
One of my guests.
I think it's local rum.
Yeah, it's definitely local.
Ooh.
It's good.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
mind it. I mean, bit of cheap rum never hurt anyone.
Yeah.
Well,
Put hairs
not
on
a
your
lot of
moles.
people would.
Put hair on your moles, mate.
Yeah, this mole will just be a forest by the morning after that shot. Hotel Mexicola. I wonder if that's shot glasses from Hotel Mexicola. Who got these? Who stole these?
Someone stole it from Mexico.
Who stole it?
We'd just like to thank our sponsor,
Yeah.
Hotel Mexicola.
Yeah, I wonder if they're pumping again. I mean, they were like a...
Oh, they're still going.
Oh, they are going.
I don't think you're even in shop.
Yeah, he is. He is. I checked it. He's doing the old... remember Regurgitator? When they filmed... I must have shown you Regurgitator before. They're like a wicked Brisbane... They're a massive Australian band. They had this like real full-on rockin' track. And then they did a remix of it, like a real slowed down, chilled out remix. And they recorded it in Thailand, and the singer was so fucked on Thai buds, smoking hardcore hash Thai buds, that he was lying on the floor like that with a microphone right down over him the way you were, singing the songs. You can't put your finger on it. that was the remix. It's the same way I recorded one of my tracks for Escaping to Fiction. That did I tell you how when I recorded Still Got Your Taste, but what's that song again?
Yeah.
Drifting Along?
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah.
I remember the story.
Yeah. Just took a massive hit of MDMA. My voice was just, I was stressed, couldn't get my vocals in line. And just said to my mate, can you just clear the studio so I can record this on my own? And just had the best MDMA pills I've ever experienced in my life.
What's that?
And just double dropped. And then like hit record. And every time I started thinking I was doing a good take, I'd open my eyes and I'd be 6 meters away from the microphone, bent over backwards, licking the wall. It's going... Hey. So I eventually did the same thing. I lay on my back on the floor. I thought, oh fuck, the only way I'm going to be able to record this is if I'm not moving when I close my eyes. So lay on the floor and got the microphone down right over my mouth and did the whole take like that. And it was good. I kept it.
Maybe you should play it, man.
That's how I'm going to
Maybe you should play it.
What's it called, man?
drifting along. Drifting.
Oh, I know that song, yeah.
Drifting along. I'm sure I think it was a while ago now. Man, that was 6 or 7 years ago. Jesus.
Time flies.
Time flies when you're off your head.
When you're manged off your brain.
When you're gurning.
Gurning.
I put that photo of that cow up on my story. Did you see that?
The cow? What?
I took a photo of the cow out there, and I just happened to catch it. I didn't realise, but when I looked at the photo later, it was caught it just when it was chewing its...
Oh, like gurning.
And it just looked like it was gurning off its brain. So I put up on my story, #gurning.
Good chats.
And loads of, it's just funny because everyone that's just knows gurning sent me like a crack up response. And then Andreas was like, what does gurning mean? I was like, well...
Oh, he's so cute. He's so cute with his...
I'll tell him you called him cute, mate.
With his words.
What is gurning again?
It's when you're...
Off
Well,
your
gurning is
chops.
when you're like chewing
Yeah.
so hard that your jaw is literally eating your own face off. And so it's
You
gurning.
know what that
when
is,
you-
mate.
Yeah.
You know, you've been there.
We've all done it. We've all been there. Yeah, and so like...
you're quite like...
Yeah, when you're going...
You're chewing.
And you don't, so the funny part of that is when you don't know you're doing it, which is why there's that FB group, Gurning.
Yeah.
That's where it comes from.
Gurning Society.
The Gurning Society, just people that just...
It's a private group.
yeah, and you'd want it
So
to
the
be private.
police don't come in.
So, Jesus.
Yeah.
Oh, man, hilarious Facebook group.
What's
Yeah,
going on with
still-
your album, dude?
My album.
Yeah.
Or Phil's.
Your
mine.
1 minute album, 10
Yeah,
songs, 1 minute each.
I was with Andreas all yesterday. Tomorrow again. Just trying to nail it. And then when he comes up north, I think we'll
Have you got the name
finish
of it? Because it's a different concept. 1 minute songs, 10 of them, so it's 10 minutes the whole.
Yeah. I haven't named it yet.
Is that so they don't have to put up with?
It's so that it's as much as I could possibly
It's
get
as-
away with being put up with.
Call it
Yeah,
1
and
minute
it's as
dopamine.
Because less is more, right?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what my mum always told me when I
Less
was
is
growing
more.
up. It's all right, the girls will still love you, less is more. I think it'll be done by the time he comes up to north, and I think we'll nail it then.
That's long.
Moko's going to mix it.
Yeah, cool.
When's that?
I don't think it's too far. He said hopefully soon he'll come up.
Yeah, I think we're both going to come up.
Yeah, he said he'd come up with you.
I might go
Yeah.
up too. Like,
Yeah.
Well, why don't we all go? When Reza comes back, we'll go up to Bondulum together and
I might
road
stick.
trip.
I might stick around in Pasar until like me and Reza finish around 10 songs or 8 songs.
Oh, yeah.
For the new project.
The new band, yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, cool.
It'll be quick.
Rock 'em.
It'll be quick.
What's the plan? Is there a plan with releasing that?
Yeah, well, just let's let your fans know what's going on with that.
I think like no plans yet, but we're just gonna put together at least 8 songs. That's the closest plan.
Release all at once as one album?
Oh yeah,
Straight up?
yeah. I think that's the first thing we'll do. Like maybe release an album, and then after that we can do the whole like.
Are you going to mix it? Yeah?
I think so. Yeah.
Work it, man.
Yeah.
But get someone else to master it, though, yeah?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, cool. Nice.
It's a good one. It's good. It's a
You
good,
rock band.
Oh, it's cracking, man.
Yeah.
It's
Cranking
really good.
tunes.
It's really good.
I haven't heard
The
any
ones
of
I've heard so far
I haven't
are
heard any of the
wicked.
demos. Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
pretty excited to listen to them.
It's really good.
Oh, there's definitely a lot of content coming out of this year, hey?
Yeah.
Like,
Fuck
we've
yeah.
all got plenty of
Well,
stuff to
either
push
embrace
out.
it. I've talked to some friends back home in New Zealand, and some artists are just going the other way. It's not creating. Not
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think
Just mental blocks.
I think you just right from the start of the pandemic, you just have to fucking just go right. I'm going to use this opportunity and just
Right.
There's no work, nothing.
Yeah.
So come
that's,
out.
that's all I want to do anyway.
Yeah,
Like,
well, it's forced us into doing what we want to do anyway, instead of just going
yeah.
to do.
Especially if I'm stressed or down or whatever. Like, I mean, the first thing I ever turn to is... You always turn to, like, being alone when you're down or you're stressed because you want to be alone. And then the first thing you do is start cranking out music.
Yeah.
It's such a release valve.
Well, I've been learning piano.
Yeah.
Fuck, I've been loving it.
You
Oh,
still-
I've been learning drums.
Yeah, drums,
Yeah.
piano, 1 minute songs. Yeah.
Video editing. Yeah, I definitely wouldn't be looking at video editing as an income at all.
Oh, mate, you're
or,
good though.
Or
You're good.
mucking around with it or learning it like I have been.
Yeah, but that's still a creative output. The videos that you're creating is more of it's canvas.
That's why I love doing it.
Yeah.
It's like visual art.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get the same buzz out of creating that visual art as I do when I'm recording vocals or a song. When you get that buzz, when you've just hit that thing that you just go, oh my god, that worked.
Well, it's like
Same.
I do flat graphics like Photoshop, and then I get the same buzz as well. When you're in that mode, hit a kratom, and you're just like,
Have
Yeah.
another hit of Kratom.
a little bit of kratom. Hey, doggy.
G'day, Marlon.
Marlon,
Give Marlon a microphone.
come here, buddy.
Oh, he's all excited. Hey?
This is Marlon, ladies and gentlemen. Balinese dog. Alpaca bar.
Yeah, it's funny how like it just comes down to anything, like all this Bashar stuff we've been talking about.
Oh, you're going
It
to
just-
touch on a bit of that?
Oh,
bit of Abraham Hicks.
Who's
Nah,
Abraham Hicks again?
I mean, I don't believe or follow that
Well,
stuff
it's-
in that sense, but
It's a similar thing that
But I love-
that channeling.
Ah,
it's an
yeah,
alien
yeah,
or
yeah,
whatever. But it's pretty interesting stuff. You don't.
I
get-
like the.
I love the philosophy
I like
behind
the.
it.
Like, I like the. Like
What?
I watched it and I sort of think that is he acting? You know?
Yeah,
But
yeah.
like,
but the information is
Yeah, like
really useful. It's all
yeah.
very similar. It's in the same blanket. It's very Zen, very Buddhist.
Yeah.
It just comes from a good place.
Yeah.
And no matter whether you think it's bullshit or not, I mean,
Yeah.
it's pretty good advice. You know.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
Yeah,
if you can look
it's-
past it, that entity coming through me and channeling.
Well,
through
you
me.
have to look past
Yeah,
it. Like
yeah.
my friend sent it to me, and the first thing I was like, "What have you sent me?" And I looked at it, and then I just started. I got past that whole initial shock of what the hell is this, and I was just like, "Man, this guy's really
Yeah.
onto it."
Yeah.
Everything he was saying rang true for where I'm at right now,
Yeah.
and actually, you know, it was, I mean, I guess that's why she sent it to me, but.
Yeah.
It was poignant for where I'm at right now in terms of that struggle of thinking like, I think I'd actually said to her, oh, I keep spending all this time doing all this creative content, but is it really worth it? I think I was saying that,
Right.
expressing that feeling of like, at the end of the day, you know, like who am I really doing it for? And is it really going to get anywhere and all that kind of stuff? And and then we talk about that all the time. That whole thing of it's
That's when
not
you find them.
about
They find you.
that. What? Who are you talking about?
Oh, just talking about when you found Bashar or whatever, you know.
Oh,
just, it was at the right
it's
time.
when you're desperate and alone.
yeah.
The spiritual
But it was
guru
like
finds
it's like
you.
that podcast with Josh
and
Holmes.
abuses you.
Josh Holmes and Rogan.
Oh,
You know,
yeah.
He was on the. He was going to the interview and he was just scrolling through YouTube in his car and Abraham Hicks came up and it just connected with him and he was just like, oh my God. And it was probably at a point in his life where he's like, what am I doing? No. And he was just going on and on about it and he was excited.
Definitely. All that stuff is always going to resonate with you more when you're at a point in your life where it's what you want to hear and what you need to hear.
And you might be a little bit insecure and that's when it resonates the most, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah. I guess it just comes down to how much you decide to give money to the guru saying it and let him
Yeah.
have sex with your wife.
It's interesting is because I'm reading this book right now called Dark Shadow of Spirituality. It
Dark
talks
Shadow
about,
of Spirituality.
talks about exactly what you guys are talking about right now.
Oh, right.
Like the guru taking advantage of the connection,
Right.
the interaction.
And
But it's very
about
common,
how
yeah.
people are prone to belief when they're in the dark. When
Well,
they're
they're
in a-
vulnerable. When you're
when they're
vulnerable,
yeah.
Absolutely.
you're exposed and you're just...
It's exactly what you guys.
Yeah.
Well, it's like being a heroin addict. You just like, you grab anything that gives you solace or just love.
I mean,
or,
when is the most likely that anyone would go and see a tarot card reader, like a fortune
you've
teller?
broken up with someone. Or,
It's when you're
love.
actually in a volatile situation and you feel confused, you don't know what to do with your life, and you start just clutching at answers. You're like, oh, maybe they know.
Like when I got sucked into this one religion when my mom passed away, you know, because it was
Which
like
religion? Are you allowed to say it? Or?
No, don't say it. Don't say it. Scientology. Scientology.
But I got sucked
habit.
into that because I was in a very like vulnerable situation, you know. So when I read that, I was like, yeah, it's true, you know.
Yeah. Oh, it's very true, man.
It's true, man.
I mean,
Well, that's your rebound. You know,
Yeah,
it's like
yeah.
coming out of a relationship. You go
Yeah.
into the rebound. So if your heart's broken, any rebound's going to give you, you know.
it's so many things are sold to us based on our vulnerabilities.
Well, it's
Like,
based on fear, a lot of it.
everything, like
Yeah.
even selling makeup or clothing or is often aimed at the vulnerability in you that is
Well,
insecure.
politics is
or
the main thing that is based on
fear factor.
Yeah, it's just like, do you want this person in power because they're going to fuck you up?
Absolutely.
But there are some people that it comes from love. Yeah, and they're the ones that you need to. You right there, mate? Bit of an overpour.
It's funny
Skull.
It's funny how like even a politician that is, if a politician made everything perfectly peaceful and placid and easy, after 4 years, people might actually then be like, oh, we could do with a shake-up.
Yeah, what's
and then they might
chaos.
want to vote someone else in. So there's always this thing of like, do presidents or prime ministers or leaders ever really want everything to be stable? I mean, it's never really the game plan, is it?
Every utopian society that they've tried, it's failed. because it doesn't work. I think humans need chaos. They need a little bit of craziness. That if everything's the same,
Well, they end up causing it themselves.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
Well, if everything's the same every day and it's predictable, I don't think we're designed that way. So the same, the movie in The Matrix, dare I say, but what's his name? The guy that was in the booth, and the architect.
Oh, the architect.
They're saying
yeah.
there was 5 versions of The Matrix, and they all fucked out because it was like a utopian perfect society. So they had to put in randomness, craziness, and then that worked.
That's why I always crack up at this whole new wave of trying to eradicate anything that triggers you or offends you or causes you to feel any negative emotions whatsoever.
Well, that's
because you're literally, that's part of the human condition. That's part of the human growth. There's if you eradicate all of that, oh my God, if I looked back at my whole life and took away all the times I'd been hurt or offended or upset or triggered or whatever, man, I'd be the most boring
is that saying
fuck.
Nerfing everything? Now nerf that corner of that. We're going to nerf that. Put sponge around it so you don't hurt yourself. But you're not going to learn. You're not going to be
the
strong.
sandpit theory, right?
Yeah.
Like if you don't throw a kid in the sandpit, they'll never be they'll always be more susceptible to germs when they finally get hit by them.
Got to eat a bit of dirt, eat some,
Eat a bit of dog shit.
Get a graze on the arm.
You've got to eat a bit of dog shit every now and then, guys.
Mum, look.
You fuck one pig. It's all everyone.
What did you say?
Even
fuck
man,
one
you
pig.
even the
One
body
pig.
needs
It's all
like
anyone
disease
remembers you
to
for.
be able to fight the disease.
Oh, totally, yeah.
So,
Well, it's like in Bali, you don't drink the water, but if you live here, you brush your teeth
Brush
with
your
it.
teeth with it, yeah.
Just so you get the germs and you
get
don't get
used to it.
Bali belly. If you drunk sterilized water all the time, one little bit of water, tap water,
That's the thing with all, I'm not going against the idea of modern medicine in any way, but this thing that every time there's anything slightly wrong, you have to take some kind of medicinal thing to get rid of it. There's this, it's like we've lost the fact that humans as organisms are so well balanced within environments. Like
let it run its course.
Our bodies adapt and learn how to fight things, and it's on a grand scale, the whole Earth does that.
Yeah.
And every time you try and block an aspect of it, block it off with some kind of complete stopper, the chain reaction to that is always seems to be negative.
Yeah.
It's the classic thing of the cane toad thing in Australia, where you bring in these toads to eat the bugs because you don't like the bugs.
Yeah,
but
I watched that
then the toads
Simpson
destroy
episode.
I lived it.
Okay.
Actually, in Queensland, they're crazy, man.
Bringing the cane toads in, it just created more problems.
Yeah.
Well, there wasn't much research done there. So.
No. Where else have they done that? Was that the fact with possums in New Zealand? Were they brought in?
I think a lot of it was introduced on the ships.
Oh.
So when Captain Cook came in, I think on the ships there was rats and possums aren't native to New Zealand. That's why we have to shoot them, because they spread TB through all the livestock.
That's how we
cows.
feel about New Zealanders.
just shoot them. Yeah.
We have to shoot them.
But if you don't, because they're not natural environment, they spread TB and that goes into the livestock and then
what's TV?
Tuberculosis.
Oh, TB.
Yeah. Same as rabbits. Rabbits were introduced. If you go down the South Island, these thousands of them. So they have to go out every year and do a big eradication. If they left it for a couple of years, they just burrow into the ground. Same as wild pigs. There's a lot of areas all around the world where the wild pigs have been introduced, and they just eat all the roots and everything, and it just fucks the land and everything. So you have to cull the pigs. And it's sad, but it's either that or they just ruin everything.
Where was that? There's an example. I can't remember where it was, but there's an example of an area where they took out the wolves. They'd killed a bunch of wolves, and then because the wolves were gone as predators, all the other animals that were being hunted by the wolves started to flourish, which they thought was good at first because it was beautiful. But then
the balance went off.
The balance went off, and then they ate so much of the foliage that then died. The rivers all started to fuck up and
toxified, and
couldn't
even drink
and the whole area just started turning into a wasteland. And it was like some team that they were trying to work out geographically how to make this place get back to how it was. And then some team realised the one link in the chain was the wolves, and they brought some wolves back in. And over the next couple of years, it all went back to this peaceful harmony.
Yeah. I think it took about
Incredible,
10, 20 years or something like that, for it to kick back in again. Yeah, that eco is very,
You've got to ask yourself, like, I often wonder, is there any what is the utopian system that could possibly work? Like,
it doesn't exist. I don't think it's
but I mean,
it probably exists in a vacuum.
What's the closest to it? In a vacuum? Like an actual...
in space, in a, I don't know, death. That is utopian. When you die...
That's probably the only true form of utopia.
Maybe, yeah. I don't think it exists in this human shell. I just don't think it'll work.
But what is the... But I mean, there has to be some closest form of it. I mean, I wonder what system works the best. I don't know if it's ever been used or discovered, but I wonder what it is, because there's so many people, like especially now, 2020, conspiracy theory heaven.
Yeah.
People are always just crying out for the eradication of all these different things, and all those things that they say trigger them, and all those, equal rights and...
Well, maybe it doesn't exist in a material world. It can't exist. Maybe that's the paradox.
Like any world that is basically using something like a financial currency.
No, I'm talking about in general, a material world.
Like an actual...
Yeah, it's never going to be
physical
perfect.
world.
Yeah.
Right.
Whether there is anything after death, no one knows until you get there. But
yeah, I mean, I definitely don't think it's achievable on Earth, like the perfect utopian society, but I wonder what the closest thing to it is that is achievable.
Yeah. The closest, yeah.
Like I certainly haven't ever seen it or heard of it, except in the story when people all rave about Atlantis and how we've got to get back to this kind of. I'm like, yeah, was it?
Well, maybe it's that thing going back to small societies where it's not over. Is it anything over 100 or 200?
150.
150. Anything over that, it starts breaking down, right?
Yeah.
Because you get power struggles and
So
all that.
up to 150 people means you still base your self-worth and your reflection upon others
and
through
it's
reputation.
Family oriented, it's very communal, and everyone looks after each other.
Yeah,
right?
beyond 150, you start to not be able to place faces with personalities, but within an environment of 150 people, generally in that amount of people, not only do you remember everyone's faces and who they are, but you also know that everyone has a role that represents an important aspect of that working community. And your role will more than likely be a role that is important enough to make you feel needed and loved and respected for what you do.
Yeah.
But yeah, once you get into large cities, people just fall through the cracks. They don't feel like they're needed.
Yeah.
They don't
Stacked
feel
on top of each other.
Yeah.
You're in a building with 2,000 people, but everyone's a stranger. It's that. Yeah.
It's so funny that we're at that point, eh? That like that irony of just sitting in a room scrolling endlessly through strangers' images and then opening your front door and not saying hello to the guy living next door.
Yeah. And you're just like, don't talk. Don't talk to me.
Yeah.
Text me.
Yeah, like our neighbour. Jesus.
Yeah, all right, let's not talk about the Russians.
Have we got any more? Is there more booze?
Should I grab my bottle?
I think you should definitely grab your bottle,
I
mate.
think you should buy more beer.
There's more whiskey.
I think I should buy some food though before dinner.
Yeah, I'm not quite hungry yet.
I just don't want it to close. You sure? Because I can.
Yeah, double up.
Double up.
Yeah, actually, you're right, because it'll all close. Last night, I ended up getting just 5 nasi bungkuses from the side of the road. I got like 5 of them, and it still wasn't enough.
Yeah.
The ratio of food to rice is literally like what's going on? Man, I haven't listened to this album for
It's a good
so
album,
long.
man.
Yeah, I remember last time I did listen to it, it had been a gap as well, and I was like, oh man, it's good.
It's funny how like you don't realize how good your work is until you listen to it years later.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like I experienced that so many times with my stuff, you know, like even Kaim Sasikun, you know, like I listened to it 3 days ago or 4 days ago or something like that, and I was like, oh, this is pretty good. You know.
Yeah.
And a bunch of other stuff that I've done, you know, like.
Well, when you're in it, you're totally aware of all the things that have going into it at the time, and all the. It's like trying to put a jigsaw together, and you can't step outside of it and look at it as a whole. And by the time you finish it, it's been such a long process of every single bit. Well, like you needed to finish it anyway. You just can't get that separate view to look back down at it and know exactly how it sounds to fresh ears. Yeah, it's so hard. Yeah,
like this album. I mean, I come back to it sometimes, you know, and like. And I was like, wow, that's pretty good. I did a pretty good job.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was like well arranged. Everything just sounds nice.
Yeah,
mixed.
To me, it sounds like a nice, complete album. Yeah. Yeah.
So. Phil, you want food? Huh? You want to buy some food?
Nah, I'm good.
You good? You sure?
Yeah, I'm good.
You're gonna regret it.
I want to listen to Animals because I haven't heard that in a while. Man.
Animals.
Animal
by Pearl Jam.
No, your song, Animal.
Oh, right. Oh, yeah.
A little bit of homebrew. Well,
got a nice bite to it, that.
Is that the thing that you got from Mike?
Yeah, through. Yeah. Yeah, 150,000 for a bottle of.
Yeah, $15. Yeah,
bottle of whiskey, man. It's pretty good.
750 ml. I actually like the rum. I'm not a rum drinker, but it's got a nice taste to it.
Are you looking for it on my stuff? Because it's under One Bomb Theory, yeah?
Oh.
Yeah.
For all I lack, I'm still a symptom of your heart attack. I feel alive when I'm the fuel by an open valve. As one, and I'm the ammo in a loaded gun, falling for the things I should be running from. 'Cause I want it, I need it, I love it, I'm just another animal.
Oh, this reminds me of the... What's that place called again in the Bukit? Cashew Tree.
Oh, Cashew Tree. Yeah.
I love that place.
Yeah.
They were the best.
I've got to get back there, man. Down in the Bukit.
It's just a shame that they won't.
That place.
It'll never be the same with the big live, big band gigs again. Because they've toned it down now. But man, that was the best gig.
Yeah.
Even the whole way it rolled, like, sort of as you're setting up, people are kind of arriving. The first set. People are all just sitting around watching and just slowly getting them
sitting on the floor.
And so you can start with those softer songs, and then by the time the second set comes, you're pretty drunk, and everyone else is absolutely smashed, ready to mosh their asses off.
But they're all surfies. So
and they genuinely mosh. It was proper, just rock and roll gigs. Yeah,
I love it, man.
Yeah, same. Man, they're some of the funnest gigs I've ever done, like those Cashew Tree gigs.
Single fin was almost that, but because of the sound issues, is the only thing that... It was more of like just a spectacle of like, I can't believe it's so packed that I have to hold my guitar parallel to my body, because if I try and put the neck down, I'll hit someone's head. Remember, like our whole stage was covered in people. I couldn't even see Eddie. It just disappeared.
Wow.
Just disappeared. It was so funny.
Eddie's a little bit short.
But yeah. Miss those gigs.
Oh yeah. It feels it's just.
Well, they started putting the bands downstairs in front of the DJ and single fin, which is pretty cool.
Now
Sunset, just for Sunset. Yeah,
they're doing that now.
Yeah.
So who's booking now? There.
Just the usual.
Oh right.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Bully's the manager. He's back. He's still back in Australia.
But he's still attached to them? Or?
I think he is, but he won't be coming back until things come back.
Well, maybe we should get a set together for For single fin.
Yeah, well, they're doing Sunset, so I don't know if it's going to be. Oh, no, actually, the band that was playing there, the video I saw, it was pretty rock and roll.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Dita was playing.
It'd be fun to do a rock and roll gig there again.
Who mixed this? Denny, yeah?
Pretty sure it was Denny, because I sent it to old
He's
mate
good, man.
in Jakarta, and he just didn't get it what I wanted.
Oh, fuck this, right? Yeah.
I sent it,
I
by the
remember
third
that.
revision, it was just
It
like,
was
it's not going to
weird.
happen.
Yeah.
My voice, he just kept sending it back. My voice just sounded more and more compressed, and it didn't sound. I didn't sound like I was listening to myself. So you don't want that.
Yeah.
It's
I guess
very tricky.
mixing engineers, it's like another form of the band. You either get it or you don't sometimes,
Yeah.
and sometimes it just doesn't work out.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Yeah, Danny's good, man. He did a good job of this.
Yeah, Denny nailed it.
Moko, Denny are probably my two top
Yeah. Fuck yeah, let's go work at Moko,
go-to.
man. Yeah. He's so good to work with as well.
go-to engineers.
Yeah.
And Today is another one.
Yeah, today. Is he
Today
he
he's
good mixing?
getting bigger. He's progressed
It's getting
a
bigger.
lot.
It's working out.
He's progressed a lot actually. So
And like as
that's
a
good.
mixing engineer as well, yeah?
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah. Stage and off stage.
Yeah, stage. I've seen him mix you guys heaps, and he's really good.
How did it go from our rock and roll song
What's his name?
to Sam
Neill? No,
fucking
Sam
Smith?
Neill.
Sam Neill. Sam Neill quoting
It's in
Shakespeare.
the recommendation, man.
Jurassic Park, Sam Neill.
It's in the recommended.
Oh, Jesus.
song there.
How do you go from that to that?
Let's listen to some.
Oh, that whiskey's going down all right.
Yeah, it always
So is
does.
this podcast.
Andres is going down like a lead balloon. Andres is going to love me rocking up fucking hungover again tomorrow.
Oh, you're there
to
tomorrow?
the studio, yeah.
I tried to book him tomorrow, and he's like, yeah, the Athron's coming
Yeah, mate,
in.
when
I'm
I'm
like,
in town.
damn you, Athron.
When I'm in town.
Yeah, and then we're busy for the rest of the week doing Bali Rooftop, so I have to book him next Sunday.
Yeah.
So
If
that's
it,
all right.
hopefully we get all the Bali Rooftops in. I mean,
Yeah, well, who
there's some
knows?
crackers booked, but with this weather, who knows?
Yeah, it was coming to rain season now, so we'll just have to feel it out, really.
Mm.
Oh, we could do it in here.
No.
Fuck, no.
No,
Shit, I was gonna order food.
it's got to be on the roof.
Yeah, it's got to be on the rooftop.
Just do some more podcasts.
Yeah, podcast. I reckon the days, if it's raining, just bring in a podcast. We'll just sit down here and, yeah. Play some guitar.
That was
Ian, do you want to play guitar?
Oh, hold on. I gotta order
Yeah.
food. Hold on.
man. The one thing I'm just loving about this lack of tourism is the empty streets.
Oh, mate, like going down
It's such
in
a pleasure to
Seminyak,
drive
it's
around.
like it is quite eerie though. Like Seminyak at night, just going through there, it's like a ghost town. There's like one or two little
It's
places.
insane, isn't
It's really weird,
It's,
man.
what's weird too is how quickly you get used to stuff.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm pretty used to it now.
yeah,
But
I'm already kind of I'm just conditioned to it. I've hardly even been down.
I want to
here.
go
I'm
into
living in
Kuta
North
though,
Bali, but
because Kuta's like I haven't been.
do a lap, man. Go
Yeah.
and do a lap. It's crazy.
I haven't done Kuta since I flew in here from Japan in March, and that was weird, man. Coming from the airport, going down Beach Walk, and I was like, "What the fuck,
Man, do
Everything
a lap.
closed."
I
yeah.
went down there and I specifically did a full lap all
Wow.
around Jalan Legian, and I filmed it to send it to my cousin, and it was just eerie, like just no one around, like just empty streets.
Legian.
Jalan Legian, right past Sky Garden
I
and all
saw
that.
pictures of that. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
crazy.
I might take a trip down there at sunset, just when the sun's coming down, and just nothing's open, right? Is there one or two shops open, or is it
Oh, there's a few little things open, but I mean,
just like eateries,
it's
like
pretty
little
much a ghost town.
little
Yeah, I
restaurants
mean,
or
there are occasionally you'll see something
Yeah.
open with someone sort of sitting in
but
there.
not like the Kuta that we know,
No,
right? The
no.
crazy Vegas of
I
Bali.
mean, 99% shut down
Fuck.
and 99% empty.
Well, it's like double six road, going up double six road. It's just like
it's just all.
both sides are just blackout.
It'll be boarded
and
up
there's
soon.
one or two restaurants. Like my favourite Greek restaurant on the left, going up double six, is still open, which is good.
I've been thinking about doing I don't know if I'll be able to
A
do
hot
it this
dog
time.
stand.
But No, I think next time I come down,
We won't discuss that.
mate, discuss away. I want to do a film clip in Kuta. Like I want to utilise this time while it's empty. I'd just love to get someone with a drone to go
Oh, man.
ahead of me, like on a bike or
That's a good
something,
idea.
like just going through all the streets while it's this empty. Because I mean, not often you get to do that.
Yeah.
It'd actually be great
Do
to
it
do it
during
with a
the
full
day
band.
or sunset, like when it's just coming down a little bit.
Yeah, probably just before sunset and then maybe into sunset on the hitting the beach. But it'd be awesome to do it somehow with a band, like some kind of thing where you're walking down the middle of the street, something you could never do when it's busy.
Maybe a
Dunno.
truck on the back of a flat deck or something.
Yeah, or just even running out and setting up. Like, I'd love to set up in the middle of BMO Corner or something, you know. Remember ages ago, I think I told you I had an idea for a music video where, but this is if it is really busy. You go,
No, on Sunset. Didn't you talk about the sunset?
yeah,
where
like
it
the
splits
sunset
off
thing.
to
Like
5
when
roads,
it
yeah.
is really busy, you
Right in the middle.
You literally you get everyone ready, you get the film crew ready, you get the band ready, and you have all roadie crew there ready to carry everything out, and you just go, right, 1, 2, 3, fucking let's go, because you know the cops are going to come.
Oh, yeah.
So you just run to the centre.
In about an hour.
You quickly you quickly set up all the band as fast as possible. And like, it's obviously all mimed, and you have some sort of stereo on batteries, and you just crank it, and then the band just mimes the song.
And all the cars
while all
going
the
around
cars
you.
just come in and just start having to drive around you.
I actually did that.
Oh,
Oh,
what?
yeah?
That exact idea?
Yeah.
Are you
Where?
serious?
In Bali?
It's at Kimia, yeah.
In Bali?
In Bali, yeah.
Yeah?
What?
Where? I did that in 3 places, like in one day. So one place I did in Sanur, and then the second one I did in Denpasar, in Renon. Because every Thursday there's a car-free day in Renon, and it was just people walking around.
Oh, okay.
And
So,
I
yeah.
took all my gear and sat in the middle of the road.
Oh, that's
And-
the one that was you solo, right?
No, with
with the band.
Zat Kimia, yeah.
Oh, wow.
And then at the nighttime, we did it at the like a lapangan. How do you say lapangan? The field.
Oh, the turning circle, you mean?
Like no,
A roundabout.
The roundabout.
No,
Roundabout.
where the
Oh, the
a
courtyard.
field.
The courtyard.
yeah,
Lapangan's
yeah,
courtyard.
yeah. That's where the second, the last one,
Oh, right.
all in one day.
Shit.
We just like you put the gear there and record and just play acoustic.
But you're talking about having cars going around you.
Yeah, I mean, like right in the middle of a super busy
But you
intersection.
run that risk of some pissed off boule or someone just smashing through the drums, just going, fuck you.
You'd get more hits.
You get more hits. It's all about the likes.
Yeah, I mean, we can all use a drummer every now and then.
Kiki won't mind. Where that whiskey going, eh?
Where is it?
Don't know. Did I?
Behind you, mate. You know,
Oh, there
look
it
at
is.
you, just the classic capitalist hiding the whiskey, then asking where did the whiskey go?
Capitalist. Oh, you're getting political.
Yeah, getting my drunk politics on.
Let's not go political
Angry
or
drunk
conspiracy.
politics.
Let's just stay away from politics and conspiracy at the moment.
Go wherever we want, mate. I wonder when the next big night out
On
will
Bali?
be. Yeah, I mean,
There's a new place in near my house actually.
Oh,
It's
yeah?
called Kebun Vintage.
In Sanur?
Like up, it's just a little bit further than from my house. It's like happening there.
or
Like-
down that gang or
No,
on,
no, no,
on the
like-
main road.
on the big road. When
Like
you,
local or?
I think it's local, yeah.
Yeah. Like nightclub or live?
No, it's like live music.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
A lot of bands playing there.
But
yeah?
Sanur's pretty good like that. There's always a lot of live local stuff, isn't there? Well,
In Sanur? No,
No?
not Sanur. But this is up north from my house, like further north. Like,
sort of around
Oh,
the east.
okay.
Around
So
the east
when
side
you-
or-
you
Around
know-
on the
you know-
highway that goes up the coast.
yeah,
East
that,
Coast.
yeah,
During
that,
the-
that way.
towards, yeah. Okay.
There's a new place called Kebun Vintage or something like that.
Yeah.
Kaboom Vintage.
Apparently, it's like
COVID in vintage.
COVID
Apparently
intravenous.
it's a museum of the it has the most collection of vintage cars.
Oh, is that the place?
Really?
I've
In
seen it
Bali?
on. Is it in a big warehouse with all the cars in there? That,
Yeah,
Oh, I've seen a few people doing videos and stuff there.
yeah.
Like really cool, old school.
Yeah, it's all just collections of
old
old
school
cars,
vintage cars, really
just like-
well
wow.
kept as well.
Yeah.
Like imported cars, like
I don't know. Maybe, I think so. Yeah.
because what's vintage in Bali? A Jeep.
No. It's just actually like those old, what do you call it, Chevys.
Oh
and,
shit! Oh yeah,
those,
they'd definitely be imported then. Yeah,
those
but-
things.
Yeah, it's like it looks like all the cars out of Greece, basically, right?
Yeah.
Or Cuba.
Cuba, yeah.
Cuba.
Straight out of Cuba.
Da, da, da,
Cubesies.
da, da.
Dun, da, da,
Oh, me
dun,
come
dun,
va.
dun, da, 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 da.
There you go, mate. Go on, get the guitar. Turn around for the
Did
camera.
you fix this? No.
Nah, I've got to
yet?
send it to Putu.
Sounds good, though, man. You don't really.
Yeah, but the strings are fucking old, man. Like, no, I want to send it to him to replace both of the nuts
Okay.
because both of the nuts are one's hanging lower than the other. No, but I think
Story of your life.
I think the
mate.
nuts are plastic, so possibly I'm not sure. So yeah, but it still sounds nice, man. I bought that in 1996, I think. Yeah.
96.
Yeah, 96, 97, I think I bought that. Yeah.
Holy shit.
95. It might have been 95, actually. So it's like 25 years old. Yeah.
Sounds good.
What are you going for? Bit of dad gad? Dad fad?
Dad, gad, dad,
Dead dad?
dead, dad. Oh, we joke
Big
about
bag?
it. We joke about it, but it's true.
But it's true.
That's another story. Yeah, it's a pretty good sounding guitar, actually. It's probably I've probably played over 1,000 gigs on that, man. And it's had so much alcohol spilt on it over the years. The neck's been cracked.
Oh, man.
The
mine-
left-hand side down the bottom's been cracked. It's just been. It's like Steve Austin, the Bionic Man. It's been rebuilt so many times.
Yeah, my main was held together by just spit, blood, sweat, and vomit. By the end of
Vomit?
it. Yeah,
Just
and cat piss.
Paper mache with vomit and
Yeah.
cat piss.
Literally.
Nice. Is that open D or no? Oh shit!
That's
I
like-
didn't even know what that
That's-
is. I should have stayed in school, but
I just adjusted the tuning so it's easier for me to play the open strings, for
Yeah,
this
yeah.
one song that I
what?
did.
I'm actually thinking about like I've never
But it
done this.
sounds cool, actually.
But I always play with heavy strings. And I'm thinking
What's
about.
the last?
I'm actually thinking about putting light strings on it, like 11s, and then getting him to readjust everything so it's for light. Because I always play with heavy strings for live, but
Oh,
for
yeah.
recording, it might be nice to have that old guitar with, lights. I don't know.
I think fatter strings
Oh,
is
that-
always better for recording.
Oh, really?
Yeah, 'cause
Okay.
It has the sustain and the tone is more.
Well, that's what I do for live, because live I use 12s. But I was just thinking, just for something different, because I always have heavy strings. Just try it for something different. But light strings, you can't hit them as hard. You have to, because you get that pow sort of thing. So you would have to play it lighter. But yeah. Makanya. Shut up. Oh,
Do you know
what's
the difference between Makanya and Makanya?
Makanya and Makanya?
Yeah.
Like the ya and the ya.
There's two totally different meanings.
Okay.
Like Makanya
School me.
and
Ya.
Makanya.
Okay, so the ya, when you draw it out, what does that mean?
No, it's just two different meanings. One is Makanya, which is like I'm eating now.
And then draw
And then Makanya,
a maka.
means that something is happening because of the previous thing you said.
Oh, you're not saying makan, you're saying maka.
Yeah, Makanya. Maka.
Maka.
Yeah.
Maka?
Yeah.
So maka is,
Yeah. So it's like, yeah.
So
Like
maka,
the lock on my car door is broken. Makanya, someone took my wallet out of the car easily. Did that make
So
sense?
it doesn't have an N.
Doesn't have it. It's Maka.
Maka,
Yeah.
Someone stole my wallet. Maka, yeah.
Maka. Yeah.
nya.
it's still exactly the same syllables.
Fuck, these
It's
are
makan ya,
maka nya.
makan ya, or makan nya.
Ah,
So they both
Jesus.
have all the same words.
It's like tampagula
letters and
and
symbols.
tambagula.
And tambagula, yeah.
with sugar, more sugar.
More
yeah?
sugar or no sugar.
That fucks me every time, man.
Yeah.
No sugar, and they give me more sugar.
Everybody loves a bit more sugar, baby.
We're in Southeast Asia, mate. You gotta. It's laggy. It's gula. Laggy
Get
gula.
some gula on your lagi.
Get some gula on your laggy. Laggy gula.
The way I look for like open tunings is like when I play a song,
Oh, you want to have a bass note?
and yeah, but I want like the bottom strings to be open all the time, you know,
Yeah.
to give it that sweet. Yeah. So I just tune by ear, you know, just like find something that sounds nice throughout the whole
Yeah,
thing,
right,
you know.
yeah. Throw your Jeff Buckley in there.
There you go, mate.
Shake those broken guitar string heads.
Got one. Yeah, it takes a while to work out what's going on.
So yeah, that's what I do when I do open tunings. Like when I look for
Just go for a feel.
like say like for example your song Shame, right?
Yeah.
And I want that bottom string to sound a bit different, so just like I still play the A minor, but like I like tune the bottom strings to sort of have that
Have a tone, like
like that open sound, you know?
Yeah. But it's more by feel, right?
Yeah. You just tune by ear, you know?
Yeah.
Like whatever it works throughout the whole song, you know?
Ah.
That's what I usually do with open
Okay.
tuning.
Yeah, tuning to open C. Try that, man. You get that
Open C.
real sitar sort of thing. Yeah.
okay.
I've never done it, but yeah, I think you have to tune quite low and other strings really high. I've only done it once, but yeah.
I think with my solo stuff, I wanna
I'm gonna start doing
experiment with
Yeah,
like
who's that
open
guy in
tunings.
Australia?
Like even
Tea Party?
Coldplay,
What's his name from the Tea Party? Martin.
Chris Martin.
Chris Martin. Yeah.
He does a lot of open tuning,
all
man.
his stuff. So, yeah, my mate Gab tours with him through Australia all the
Wow.
time, and he's got like one roadie, and he's just got all his guitars lined up.
Different
and he's
tunings.
got 12 strings
Oh,
and a
wow.
whole lot of 6 strings, and everything's tuned different. And just like, he's just a machine, just
Yeah,
mental. But he's doing a tour at the moment. It's all Led Zeppelin. Yeah. I'll tell you what, punk drumming, real punk drumming is really hard, eh?
Yeah.
You know, it's just that. Yeah, it's actually really hard, man. But you obviously
It's hard on the calf.
You obviously
for sure.
haven't listened to good punk.
I like NoFX. I like a few punk bands.
Yeah.
Like I mean, like think about like Nirvana. Nirvana is actually
Nirvana's
punk.
very punk.
It's actually-
and like Black Flag. I mean, they're people will say they're slightly commercialized punk, but it still comes from the
Black
same era.
Flag
They-
wouldn't be considered commercialised, would they?
well, compared to early Black Flag, definitely fucking punk. But Henry Rollins jumped in, and then he had that big hit, tearing Me Apart, which went really massive. Great song, but it's very poppy punk. But that's what punk is, right?
Yeah.
It's very poppy.
What was his big hit? Liar, right?
Henry Rollins.
Henry Rollins.
Oh, actually,
That
Henry
big hit
Rollins.
of his.
Sorry. Henry Rollins' Tear Me Apart was Henry
No,
Rollins'
I-
band. Yeah.
Oh, it was. Well, yeah. So was.
So that's
Henry-
when he left Black Flag.
Right.
Yeah.
Because Henry Rollins' band, the big hit that I remember was Liar.
Oh, really? Oh, fuck. No,
Remember
Tear
that-
Me
remember that
Apart was
song Liar?
massive. Tear Me Apart was
Liar
big.
was huge, dude.
We'll play it in between.
Let's have a look at who wins.
Let's have a look at this.
I win the Rollins.
No, I think in New Zealand, Tear Me Apart was just fucking, yeah. Well, it was top 40.
Tiramisu. Tearing
Tiramisu.
me apart. Tearing me
tear
a
tear up my
suit.
car seat.
Tiramisu. Tearing my car seat.
Tear up my car seat.
Tearing my asshole.
I just didn't like the era when it started becoming too poppy, you know,
like Blink 182 kind of
I
stuff.
do. As soon
Blink
as I-
182 was still okay, but like
Yeah.
I
when
hate
it-
Blink 182, but when
Sum
I heard
41
when I heard Green Day, I was like,
Green Day was
okay.
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I like
right.
Green Day.
I mean, Blink 182. I
to
mean,
me it was just pop punk. It wasn't like
Yeah.
to me Green Day didn't. I'm not a fan of punk, but I respect it.
Yeah.
I'm not a fan because I don't enjoy listening to it, but I
Yeah.
totally respect it for what it is.
Yeah.
I don't like hate it as a genre. I think it's an amazing genre, expressive, but I just can't stand listening to it.
Yeah.
But when I heard Green Day, I just felt like I was listening to pop-produced punk, like
yeah,
a
well,
production of.
it's not traditional punk. Like
Yeah.
that traditional punk came from London, England.
Yeah.
I don't. Yeah, and it was very messy. And,
To me, watching Green Day and the way they dressed was like watching Creed represent grunge music. That's how it felt. It was like,
Yeah.
oh, let's
Yeah,
dress
yeah,
up
totally
like
understand. Yeah, yeah,
angry,
I get it.
emotionally
Yeah.
scarred teenagers.
I mean, that's what all the all the punk people see Green Day. You know how they see Green Day. I guess.
right.
You know,
I mean, yeah.
too commercialized. But like it got worse during the Simple Plan, Sum 41,
Simple Plan.
all that.
oh man,
That gets
but I'll
even
tell you what,
worse for me,
I
that-
actually
that
became
was
a Blink
that
182
ruined it.
Blink 182 was like, I got into him later because I got into the drummer. He's like a world class drummer. He's
Yeah.
just
I interviewed, I'm pretty sure it was him I interviewed for The Beat.
He's mentally good,
That drummer.
man. Like, I mean, it's but they're very pop, commercial pop,
Yeah.
like, like
Man,
punk.
any of that teenage angsty.
I'm like,
Avril
My mom
Lavigne.
won't let me go to the movies.
Remember Avril Lavigne? Remember that? Avril
Oh,
Lavigne.
yeah. Avril Lavigne when she did the. How's it go again? I mean, it's not punk, but it was like
Yeah,
trying
but
to,
it was like very
trying to
adopted
cash
from
in
punk
on
music,
that
bro.
Yeah.
sound.
She ruined the reputation of punk music.
Oh,
Who's
mate.
punk now? Is anyone? I'm out of touch. Is he? Because punk's more of a state of mind and attitude, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it shouldn't be just it's the Sex Pistols. It's
Yeah.
not just it's about fuck the system, fuck
Yeah,
the
all
system.
that.
you know,
It's about that.
so-
Yeah, basically.
I'd be
So-
hard pressed now thinking of a band right now that I would consider a punk style band. But I mean, I'm sure there's
But
plenty,
we're out of
plenty
touch.
of them that I'm not in touch.
We're totally out of touch. We're like we're too old
What,
to know.
living in Bali in the little bubble away
Yeah.
from everything?
Yeah.
Is
We're in the
what
Bali
you're talking
bubble. We
about?
have no idea what's going on in the
Yeah.
outside world. Yeah.
Man, there'll be some fucking
Oh,
killer
there will
punk
be,
bands
yeah.
thrashing out.
Man,
in
like
Brooklyn
Fugazi
somewhere.
and all that. They're
Fugazi, yeah.
Fugazi, really good, man.
Yeah.
Have you heard of
Yeah,
Fugazi?
I've heard of Fugazi.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fugazi
Yeah.
is really good, man.
But it's all about the drummer as well. Well, it's about the lyrics and the guitar, but
Yeah.
you got to have a really fucking good buck.
Yeah,
You know,
it's
sort of-
hard to play like that.
kick and snare just fucking.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think there's any. Oh well, I wouldn't know because, like, I'm out of touch.
Yeah. Well,
I listen to electronic music now.
yeah. Well, that's
Careful,
what's happening.
Stewie from The Beat.
Rock is dead, but it will come back.
It's not dead. I'll kill anyone that says it's dead.
Rock is dead for the meantime. It'll come back.
It's not dead.
It's not totally
It
dead. but
constantly lives on. No, I tell you what, like
It's like the pyramids.
I've heard
You
so
know
many
the
people say that, and
pyramids?
then I go to
Rock is like the pyramids.
yeah, the pyramids never die, mate.
Yeah, they're still there. They're still waiting.
They'll always be there, just waiting for you to realise what they meant. Yeah, I mean, when I go to the States and travel through the States, I'm amazed at how many bars just crank proper rock and roll
Yeah.
music, you know, like, and how many young people are just singing along with Led Zeppelin and
Yeah,
The
but Led
Doors
Zeppelin,
and-
The Doors, all those bands they're in the DNA. It's a weird. There's a weird concept. It's like in New Zealand. Like there's a few bands in New Zealand like Dragon and Exponents and stuff like that. Drag on, and every generation they know the big pop hits. And for some, how does it carry on? Like how does that happen? You know, it's just. Yeah, it's just, is it a DNA
It's like
thing?
every child that's born somehow knows how to sing "Sweet Caroline."
Bum, bum. Yeah, man.
And you're
in
like-
Japan this year,
Yeah.
I was like, fuck it, I learnt Sweet Caroline properly. And I played it in a bar full of 18-year-old kids. And everyone was like, bum, bum, bum. And I was like, what the fuck is going on here?
How do they know that?
Neil Diamond is penetrating the young kids today, not in a literal way.
This is actually the newer stuff that they did, which I think is really cool.
Good on you. Good on you, Neil.
You know what I mean.
Good
Like,
on
I
you,
like this
Neil.
one.
Neil Epstein.
I really like this.
Wow, that
Oh,
guitaring.
this
Yeah.
I like this.
Holy
The
shit.
guitarist has
That's like
a
Steve Vai.
the guitarist. Yeah, he's
Yeah,
a
it's like-
shredder, man. Yeah, he has a
Holy
He
shit.
has this
That's advanced
math
punk.
metal rock.
Yeah, I was
like
going to
metal-
say, very
yeah.
advanced.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He has a second a
Who's
side
this?
project.
Who's this one?
It's the same band.
The same band. Fuck. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Sounds like Steve Vai playing with a punk band. Oh my god.
Oh, this is great.
This is awesome.
This is so different.
But
This is
is
their
like-
newer stuff.
Three chord
You
thrash. I
probably
heard
call this
before.
prog punk.
This is their newer
Prong.
stuff. They've kind of like
Wow.
evolved, you know.
And they're really big here, yeah?
Yeah. They're really big.
Wow.
They're actually one of the first punk bands of Indonesia.
Really?
Yeah,
Wow.
that went commercial, you know. I think they were the first before Superman is Dead. I think.
Oh, really?
I think so. Yeah.
Fuck, listen
I mean,
to that
like-
guitar.
They're the first one that went commercial, even though like SID was around way before that.
That's mental what that guitar player's playing.
Yeah. He's a shredder, like crazy shredder.
So that's 3 chords with Dorian overmode, fucking chromatic. Wow. This guitarist is mental. Holy shit. Fucking drummers just going mental.
Yeah, that's out of control.
It's like a wall of sound that drummers just fighting through.
It's funny because
Wow.
the effect on the
Send that to me as
the
well.
singer's vocal
Wow.
effect is quite. It sounds a bit cheap, but the rest of it sounds quite.
It's very progressive though. It's fucking like, and it's produced well, man. You can hear that production. It's massive. Fucking hell, the guitarist is the. Yeah, man. It's not traditional punk as we know it.
Ah, it's pretty interesting. Wow.
Yeah. Ah, just got a message from Rachel. Octopus Doco. Yeah. Yeah, I told him to watch it, yeah. He banged the octopus though, didn't he? Yeah, he definitely banged the octopus.
I learned a lot from that documentary. Actually, I learned
Yeah, it
that
was
men
amazing.
can fall in love with octopuses
well-
and that they can bang them.
Well, I was talking to Michael tonight, and he's a marine biologist. Well, he's got a degree in it. I said, do you know an octopus only lives for a year or a year and a half or something? Well, this one did.
Did
anyway.
he know that? Or
No, he didn't know it. Yeah.
calls
But-
himself a marine biologist, does
well,
he?
I think he's a fake news. You hear that, Michael? But yeah, and they die when they're babies, right?
Yeah, that's just true.
Yeah, they give all their body and everything
sacrifice yourself
to
for
those millions of eggs, and only 2% of those
5%. Yeah.
Was it 5% of those babies actually survive? And
Yeah.
then she comes out of her cave, and then everyone just eats her.
She's just like, have me.
Have me. But it was good though. What is it called? My
My-
teacher, the octopus
My
teacher.
octopus fantasy.
That sounds Japanese, like the
Octopus
octoporn.
porn. How good's that?
Well, it's not legal to have a penis in a magazine, but it's legal to have a tentacle
To have a
porn.
massive tentacle,
Tentacle porn.
invade the orifice.
Well, we'll spend a lot of time in Japan, so we're pretty
pretty adapted, the octopusy porn.
octi porn. All right,
Yeah, that's
this-
a great documentary, though. I loved it, man. I
Yeah.
can't wait to go north again
And hang out with
chatty,
octopus?
Chatty octopus.
Yeah, good luck, mate.
What's octopus in
It would
Indonesian?
just jump on your mask and you
Octopus.
Delapan
Gurita.
Delapan kucing.
Gurita.
Kuching.
It's called gurita.
Is it like a cat?
Gurita.
Underwater cat?
All right.
Was it
Gurita.
Gorita?
I mean, it would be
Gorita.
so cool to like find an octopus's den and just go back and visit it every day
And
like
just
he did.
make love to it, or
And just become one with it. And just create your offspring garden.
okay. What we're saying, it's a good
Take over
documentary,
the
guys.
world.
Don't judge us. We're just
Take over the
taking the
world.
piss. Yeah,
Yeah.
but you do want to find that connection.
I think I'd find a greater connection in an 8-legged underwater
Tentacle.
Yeah,
Just
bit of tentacle
embracing
porn.
your arm.
embracing my soul. It's the only way I'm going to find true partnership.
It's true.
I mean, my relationships don't generally last longer than a year and a half anyway, so it kind of works out well, right?
is this a therapy session or? you want to top up, mate?
Oh, I don't know if I should keep drinking.
Yeah, yes. Yeah, should.
Got a studio session tomorrow.
You
going
got to
on?
work tomorrow. Oh, yeah,
Gotta
actually have to work.
Big day of work.
Big day tomorrow.
Don't let Andreas down.
You let him down
I was,
yesterday.
I was
or
pretty
today?
hopeless
Was it
yesterday. No,
yesterday?
yesterday. I was supposed to be there at 11.
We're
I
both
woke up at 10,
hungover and-
10 to 11.
Yeah. We drank a lot of whiskey last night, though.
A lot of
And
whiskey.
the night before last. Yeah. It was this whiskey.
I'd blame Russ Muhammad, but he didn't even drink. So.
Yeah, he doesn't. Russ doesn't drink, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so anyway. Anywho,
Any whoosies.
play some guitar, someone.
You're the host, man.
Come on, mate, you got to
Oh,
play
it's a
guitar.
Sunday night, mate. I'm just. It's my night off, mate.
Just busy.
It's my
You got-
night off. hosting.
You got a bit of whiskey eyes going on. What's going on?
I've got whiskey. I've got crat. I've got.
Oh, kratom. Let's talk about kratom.
Oh man.
Healing your the healing,
this?
This
the
is
leg healing
dodgy
serum.
150,000 bottle whiskey.
150,
No,
locally
it's
made.
Good. It's good.
Yeah,
Feels
that's
clean
good.
though.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
It's triple distilled, triple carbon filtered, triple chill filtered, mate.
Triple Arak distilled. Arak distilled. Yeah.
Appropriation. Phil's being appropriate.
Yeah. Oh, come on.
Oh, come on.
Come on. Just trying to be nice. Just hanging out here.
All right, I'll have another whiskey just to fit in
I
around
look at how
Phil.
you just reached for it.
Just clawing for the whiskey bottle.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. All right.
Good, yeah.
Let's get Andreas over so I don't feel bad when I'm hungover tomorrow and he wants to work.
So what's your plan with your music, Phil?
My one.
Yeah.
I'm just waiting for Athron.
What am I supposed to do?
Well,
Write your life?
You're yes. Yes, you do. No. Well, in case the viewers don't know, like,
Oh, the viewers.
Ian's producing my
The
record.
viewer.
Ian Joshua Stevenson. But so we're going to finish off the vocals, and I gave the scratch tracks to Athron.
That's right.
And
No, but the problem was
yeah, I know. Yeah, you lost the
lost it.
sessions. So I gave all the sessions to Athron.
Now that
I gave
I'm
all the
back,
sessions to. We're going to
we're
tell the
moving
audience.
forward.
So
Who are you talking to, mate? Oh, you're talking to my phone.
talking to the phone.
Get on the
But
phone.
so basically, you've got to sing the vocals and send them back to me. So
Okay, yeah. No, I will definitely, when I go back at the end of next week to North Bali to
Yeah.
my
I'm
to
gonna
my
do a cave.
solitude cave on
guys
the
don't-
ocean.
sorry,
Huh?
Ian. Like I'm not waiting for Athron to
Yeah.
post
I didn't
produce.
No,
realise
I
you
mean
were
like
waiting
with your
for me.
music, like in general, like
Yeah, what are you
you're doing,
doing with your music in
like,
general, mate?
you're doing
What the hell are you
doing a
doing?
single like.
Well, I'm just. I've
band right
I've
now
got the
too.
first video and the second video kind of done, or the lyric video, and I want to have 3 music videos before I release them. So it'll be next year.
No, I mean like like even the duo thing you're doing. What's it called again?
Oh, Hotel Death Star.
Yeah.
Oh, so the electronic project.
Yeah.
So that's
So many projects.
so many projects. You know.
I just can't keep up.
Well,
Oh my God.
we're releasing a
So
project in
busy.
about 3 weeks.
2020 has just been such an unbelievable
Well, that's just an
lockdown.
electronic project, so we'll just just releasing.
Why don't you call
stuff.
yourselves damn meddling Death Stars?
Damn meddling Death Stars? Because everyone gets that joke. He's telling inside jokes
because
now.
that's an inside. That's Ian and I's
Inside outside joke.
electronic duo is called Damn Meddling Kids. Look it up at Damn Meddling Kids.
But Hotel
Thanks for
Death
coming.
Star, we're releasing a single in 3 weeks, which, yeah, it's deep house.
Is it deep house though?
Nah, it's not. I don't know what
How
it's
many
called.
DJs did you confer with
Dirty.
to try and define your genre?
I sent it to 5 DJs, and they all came back with different genres.
Totally different genres.
Totally different genres.
How do you even?
I'm not going to say names who I send it to.
How do you
but
even like?
Say names.
that one?
We're all friends here.
Because there's so many genres in those,
Yeah.
the EDM.
Well,
Did I tell you when I worked for the Beat
I could
magazine?
never.
oh, okay,
Yeah.
yeah, it's about you now.
Mate, what's your problem, mate?
What's your
You
fucking
drink
problem?
a bit of whiskey.
I think the whiskey's
You
kicking
get
in.
your back up. You start acting like a praying mantis in a fucking insect swamp.
I'm gonna eat your head off,
chomping
mate.
heads off.
I'm
fucking-
gonna do this. I'm gonna put us
vertebrates.
live, yeah. If you guys don't mind.
Yeah, yeah.
What are you
just
gonna
check
do,
it out, yeah. Anyway, so what's going on with you, mate? What's happening with,
No, when I worked
you?
when I worked for the Beat magazine, I was supposed to be
You got to explain what the Beat magazine is.
the Beat magazine, which was obviously the largest
The
entertainment
largest
magazine on the
platform.
island of Bali. It was the original gig guide for Bali. It was the biggest entertainment magazine for a long time, and I was the editor for a couple of years. But I came in. I wasn't at all a dance electronic music person, but Bali was predominantly an electronic music sort of hub, and as the editor, I was constantly interviewing massive DJs as they came through.
That's the dominant part
Not
of the
even
magazine.
really understanding how
But
big
that
they
is
were.
a dominant part of the magazine, right?
Oh yeah, absolutely. And
Because Bali's pretty much 80% DJs, 20%. Well, you know what I mean. It's
yeah,
more than
it's
half.
if someone sort of tried to define the music scene in Bali and what Bali is represented by, well, it's the DJ party scene. It's not known as a original music, rock or folk.
It's all DJ.
It's a holiday party island, so it's got that whole Ibiza element to it.
So what happened, mate?
Oh,
What happened?
Well, I couldn't get my head around the genres, and so I was like, I remember like just to try and get it into my head what all the genres were and how they worked. I interviewed. I did an article a running themed article in the magazine each edition about a DJ at the top of his field defines his genre. So I'd get someone whoever there was the deep house leader in Indonesia. I'd do an interview with them and get them to define their genre. Yeah. So I had 10 editions, just a constant running theme of all the different genres, explaining them all. I still never really understood.
To me, to my ears, it just sounds like techno and house music.
You know what? The one
and trance.
Well, no, trance is the one.
Trance, house, techno. Oh, well, techno.
I mean, I know. Mainstream house. You hear it a fucking mile off. And trance to me, I always felt more. Trance. I love something about trance. It just it gets me. So I got trance, but so many other genres. I was like, what's the
Yeah. Now it's like
these
chill
genres,
house,
subgenres. Sub-genres.
Yeah, there were so many subs within subs. I felt like I'd been injected into some
love your
Inception dream 60 layers down where I didn't even know how to wake up anymore.
Yeah, it's a pretty hard one, man.
Ubudian house.
Ubudian house. Ubudian house is basically like sucking on sandalwood and going into having someone vibrate a stone next to your ear
With your chakras. You got to have all the chakras.
under a pyramid.
Under a pyramid. We're gonna get slaughtered.
I'm
for that.
renaming myself
under the full moon.
Yeah. Riding around without a helmet on because your dreadlocks are too important for no. And to be honest, your dreadlocks probably would protect you. Do you know what's fucking funny? It's funny. Yeah, it is funny. I'll say it's funny. It's violently funny.
Violently. Someone got punched in the
most
dreadlock.
things that are funny. There's this crazy video of in Newtown where I used to live in Australia.
Yeah, I'll hang out there.
Crazy
I love
chick.
Newtown. Yeah.
Man, there's this footage of inside a garage, petrol station, where someone, like a couple a guy and a girl are in there paying for something, and then a chick walks in holding an axe, and they try. they're like, you can see them talking. They're like, "What are you doing?" And then the guy turns his head, and he's got massive dreadlocks. And she just fucking lunges, tries to chop his skull in half. And the only
was she on crack or something?
Literally said, "Oh, I think she had an ice problem." Yeah,
Yeah,
like,
definitely an ice problem.
Surprise! It was ice. Just another amazing advertisement for
Haven't
that
slept
drug.
for a month.
Yeah. No, sleep till Christmas. Yeah. She literally tried to snap his head in half with an axe.
my God.
And the police said
saved him.
he's only alive
Because of his dreadlocks.
because of his big fat hippie upbringing. Like, it literally saved him. That axe bounced off like it was a big rubber factory. It's incredible. Yeah, that's incredible. It's great.
It makes me want to grow a dreadlock.
Did I tell you that time when I was buying acid off a chick in Byron Bay when I was like 20 or something? And I walked out. I was with my friend, and it was this incredible house where we used to pick up our acid. And I went down. The first time I ever went there, I didn't know what to expect. It was this huge, big Queenslander house rocked up. I was just told, go in, knock on the door, ask for this particular chick. She's got the acid and it's amazing. So I go into this huge big Queenslander house in this big street, sort of standing on stilts like they do. Like a Queenslander house is like a big wooden house on stilts. Like they're huge houses built in Queensland away
from the heat.
Yeah, because up off the ground they stop getting too hot because the wind goes underneath them and stuff. It's like sort of a classic looking Queensland house. Anyway, you go into the house and they're usually quite big with lots of, like a typical Australian house, like fibro, and they're not open planned like the modern cool open planned houses. Like they've got long hallways, and down the hallways are just door into separate rooms. Like everyone's got their own private room, but there's nothing sort of open and nice about them. But as I walked down this hallway, it was like I was in a scene from the Doors movie. There's this just pumping full, probably the Doors playing, like really loud 70s music playing. And every time I'd turn my head and sort of saw through a doorway, it'd be this dark room that sort of was only lit by the glow-in-the-dark stickers that were on the walls that were still glowing from some shard of light that happened to make it through. And you'd just look in and just see either an orgy or someone in there snorting something, or it's just that full hippie house. Like,
really?
Yeah, just walking through, whoa, what is this place? Just that every room was full of smoke.
Were you sober or?
Yeah, man, it was the middle of the day. I was just going to pick up acid because I was going on this
So
holiday.
everyone was fucked up in this house.
Oh, it was a full hippie house, like beyond hippie. It was like
a commune.
It was literally the planet hippie. Like,
This is a commune.
yeah, I had to stamp my hippie passport to get in. And I walked down the hall, and I asked I sort of pushed a few doors open and went, yeah. Say her name was Marissa. I think Marissa's the girl I was with. Say her name was Rachel or whatever.
John
like,
Smith.
Do you know where Rachel is? And I'm like, oh, Rachel's in the kitchen. So I walk through, and then I go into and you know that classic thing, like the full hippie 70s house, the thing in the doorway of all the beads hanging in the doorway. Yeah. So I you could hear the wind was sort of brushing these beads, and I sort of pull the beads apart, and I look in, and it's this kitchen, and the whole kitchen, every square centimetre of surface area is covered with little tiny cutouts from magazines. So it looked amazing. It looked like I was stepping into a collage, which I pretty much was. And ahead of me, on the far side, on the far wall, was the sink, and there was a woman with her back to me, facing the sink, doing the dishes, or doing something. I can't remember.
Sounds like a dream.
Yeah, and she had massive dreadlocks, like a massive head of hair of dreadlocks, all flowing down, like almost touching the floor. And I sort of stopped, and I went, Rachel? And I just saw this wad of headlocks kind of nod, like enough to know that she was saying, yes, I'm Rachel. And I was like, sorry, I heard I could buy some LSD off you. And she sort of raises her right hand like, yes, stop talking now. And then just her hand, I'm like, okay. And then her hand just reaches into her dreadlocks and unwinds a dreadlock that's wound up and winds it down, and then out
Pulls out a
pops
trip.
this envelope with a sheet of acid, and places it on the counter, and she hasn't even turned around yet. And then her hand goes back into her dreadlocks, into another tied up dreadlock, and unwinds a pair of scissors that she's got wound up in her dreadlocks, and then just proceeds.
Just cuts
and
the
she just
trips.
goes, all I heard was, how many?
Oh my God.
Yeah, and she proceeded to cut them off, and then I bought them off her, and like, I can't even remember
Did you
seeing her
leave?
face.
Did you stay there or did you
No,
leave?
no. I was grabbing them for this
Oh,
girl and I who were
God.
going on this mental trip down to Byron Bay.
Does she seem sober or...
She actually seemed the most sane one in the house.
Well, drug dealers are
Yeah.
pretty much meant to get their
She didn't
shit
seem
together.
like she was high on a supply. I mean, she was doing the dishes, I think, which goes to show she was probably
She was off-
she's probably the only person in the
Or
house.
she
that
could have
did the
been
dishes.
off her head just going...
Yeah, unless
yes.
she thought she was like actually baking a cake, or like giving a massage.
Oh my God. So where was this? Byron Bay?
It was in Brisbane, on the
Brizzy.
outskirts. It was the outskirts of
Okay.
Brisbane, and we were on the way to Byron Bay
Fucking hell.
for a classic Byron Bay escape into oblivion.
Yeah, I've done that coastal trip from Melbourne.
Yeah,
I've
same,
driven
I've done
all the
that
way
trip.
from Melbourne all the way out to Byron Bay.
Same.
Oh my God, I was so
Same.
tired. By the end of it, I just wanted to just not kill myself, just let me sleep. Like we did it in 2 days. Fucking hell, man.
That's a great run, though.
That was beautiful.
It's, yeah.
You know, you see the coast.
Yeah,
And, yeah.
I've done that run
Yeah.
so many times. Yeah,
It's a hard run though. I was driving most of the time.
yeah.
Like my ex-girlfriend
It's a long drive.
couldn't drive, and like when she was driving, I had to watch her because like she's freaking out.
It's tiring because there's so many areas of the highway that hug the coastline where it's like it's just one lane each side.
But the
and it's
best
tight hugs to cliffs.
But the other
and-
thing was when you're going through suburbs around the coast, it's just like speed limits, like just like it's 80, 60.
yeah, it's
40, you
killer.
know, it's just like I swear, like we got so many parking tickets, but we didn't, because like
Speeding
you're
tickets.
so tired, just going, you can't. You're kind of looking at, you know, it's just.
Yeah.
But luckily, we didn't get any speed fines.
I
from
lost
that.
the biggest trip I did, like traveling throughout Southeast
Trip?
Asia and no, actual trip through Southeast Asia and India, all that was because I lost my license in Australia in one weekend.
How? Oh,
In
demerit
one
points.
weekend because it was Easter
Yeah.
weekend, and I'd. You know when they set up speed cameras so that as you're coming around a bend, like
Oh,
if
yeah, you have to
if
slow
you speed
down.
up to go around a bend, well then like as the bend straightens
Yeah,
out,
I've been done
you
for that.
suddenly pick up speed because you've
Yeah.
you're pushing
If you're going
against
around the corner and going down,
you're pushing against the corner, so it's taking the speed.
Well, they do it uphill as well.
Yeah,
You're
so that as
speeding
you
up,
come over
and then
the-
you come around, and because you're trying to pass
it's
someone.
amazing that it's just set up
Yeah.
to fuck you.
You motherfuckers.
Yeah, and then I got 2 in one day, and it was on Easter. It was double demerits.
So it's demerits, yeah.
It's just bang, bang, and I just got license lost. It's like fuck. So yeah, I just went right. I can't work, so I was out of there. Travelled for 6 months.
Is that state by state in Australia? Like,
Well, I
if
was
you
in-
lose your license in one state. do you
Well, I
lose-
lost my license in quite a state. I was-
Okay, we're just saying in general. I
You
know
know,
you,
it's
I'm guaranteeing you're in a state, but if you lose your license in a state in Australia, because I've only lived in Victoria,
I don't think
so
you can like.
It's all of it.
Oh wait, I don't know. Like maybe you could go to Victoria and
I think it might be.
and apply for a license, but you certainly can't use your New South Wales license in
Could-
Victoria and not.
Because in New Zealand, we don't have states. It's like North Island, South Island.
You
That's
don't
it.
have families either. You've got a family.
Yeah. But yeah, we don't know about states in New Zealand. So.
But no, but there's no way. I'm sure there's no way that if I lost my New South Wales license, I could then just take that license to Victoria and use it. It'd show up as cancelled for
So
sure.
if you move from Victoria to another state,
Oh no, it's
can you
valid,
get a?
yeah.
Can you get it? You have to get a different license. Is that how it works?
Yeah.
Or
You just exchange your address. I know. I'm sure it's all correlating. Like
because at number plates,
they wouldn't make you do
right?
another test.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, because coming from New Zealand, we have no idea about states and different. Because like Australia is quite similar to America, right? You have different rules and
Unfortunately.
yeah. What's that state that everyone lives underground? the weed smokers. What's that?
I didn't know it was Weed Smoker State, but
I thought
it's
it's so hot. They have to live underground.
No, I think you're mixing two states, two towns. But there's a town. But what's it called again? Shit.
Yeah, I've heard about it. It's
it's a town in Australia where it's so hot that they've just built it all underground.
Do they literally live underground?
Yeah, all the houses.
Have you
are
been
underground.
there?
No, I haven't. I'd love to. The photos are incredible.
But I heard the weed there is like everyone sells cookies and.
Oh right, okay.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean,
might be a bit like Nimbin.
Oh, Nimbin. Yeah, I've heard of that.
Nimbin's the classic. Yeah,
I've had mates go there and everyone's off their head and.
Well, I used to, before I moved to Bali, I used to import.
Don't say.
No. I used to import homewares and musical instruments.
Homewares.
Okay, let's scrap the homewares bit because that sounds so shitty.
Really? Did you? What did you do in Australia?
I imported from Bali. I imported homewares, textiles, and musical instruments.
Did you make money off it though?
Well, just when we got to the point, it was Chris and I, my cousin, were called relative imports.
Oh, Christopher.
Hi, Chris. And just when we got to the point where we realised what worked, which was the djembe drums, we were selling all the way up down the coast.
Yeah.
We just were tired of it. No, we were just exhausted, and we'd lost a lot of money, like just investing in stuff that didn't work and rah.
Yeah.
But anyway, I used to do trips up and down the East Coast selling instruments, and Nimbin I had a bar in Nimbin, and my mate my mate from Newtown ended up becoming the manager. This is this town in Australia. I'm sorry, I'm talking to Ian now.
Yeah.
I'm just going for a pee. At home.
I'm going for a pee.
Oh, why don't you just go for a pee, mate?
I'm a bit drunk, man.
That's what happens on the Scott G podcast. There's a town called Nimbin in Australia, just near Byron Bay. Have you heard of Byron Bay? It's
I've heard the name,
that's where Adam plays a lot.
Yeah.
Oh, I think he's based there. It's a famous coastal town, and inland there's a place called Byron Bay, which is famous as it used to be a real hippie commune town, and then it sort of became famous because it's the one place in Australia really where the police would turn a blind eye to the pot. So everyone smoked pot there. It became like the central place in Australia that you would go if you wanted to buy marijuana or smoke marijuana, and they would have a big marijuana festival there once a year, and the police would just watch because it was just sort of became a cultural event.
Yeah,
so
I think Reza told me about this. Yeah.
Really, hilarious place. And my friend ended up becoming the manager of the pub, the bar, the main bar in that town. So I would go up there and do road trips and go up there and sell djembe drums to the shops there, and then stay in the bar for free, like above the bar, and just have these wild bender weeks in this. I don't know how much time disappeared, but you just once you're in Nimbin, everything just turned into Nimbin world. You were in some pixie stardust land where you'd smoke one joint, and then next thing you knew, you'd just be like, which year is it again? And, it's just hilarious. And it's quite funny actually, because I remember often I'd be there and I thought I was just tripping and that I was paranoid, but I would always notice guys walk into the pub and look at me and then walk out, or people sort of look at me and talk about me and then sort of move away, and I always wonder what was going on. And then one night I was there, I did a road trip with my best mate at the time, and we were just off chops monkeys, and we got there and
off chops monkeys.
Yeah, and we dumped
what does that mean, mate?
More ecstasy than should ever be put into a human body at any time on this earth. And we were in that bar just having this wild night, and I had loads of guys come up to me going, man, I always thought you were undercover. I always thought the reason you just showed up every now and then, and we all, there was a rumour in the town that I was an undercover cop. There was a narc, and so everyone was really cautious when they saw me staying there. Yeah, because I was mates with the manager of the Nimbin Hotel, and they thought that it was sort of just a deal for me to come in and suss stuff out. And, Yeah, it was funny. And then after that night, they were all like, "You're probably not, though, are you?" Because I was just
Off your head.
Yeah, just swallowing pool balls and like licking the floor.
Licking the floor. As you do.
As you do.
Just, you okay?
Thanks, mate.
Yeah. You okay there, mate?
Yeah.
What's going on, mate?
Just a bit more whiskey.
All right. Well,
Yeah, that
cheers, guys.
Cheers, mate.
Here's a nice little...
top up, mate.
Yeah,
I'm good. I'm good.
yeah, you
One
do.
last time.
Just one.
Okay.
One last time.
Satu
Tastes
lagi.
tastes like perfume.
Yeah, that's what happens when you spend 150,000 on booze on a bottle of whiskey. Tastes like perfume.
All right, who's playing guitar? Athron? Come on, mate. Come on.
It's tuned to.
God.
Athron.
horrible.
Just make it up because you're good at that.
Oh, right, okay. On the spotsies.
On the spotsies.
Oh, shit's getting serious.
All right. Make it up, mate. Make it up,
All these words are lost on you. I don't know. All these words are lost on you. All these words are lost on you.
I'll sit back up, bro.
All these words are lost on you.
All right. Should we just turn it? Should we just turn it off? Just turn it off.
Oh, is this still recording?
Yeah.
It's still recording. Underneath the bridge, the top has sprung a leak, and the animals I've trapped have all become my pets, and I'm living off of grass and the drippings from the ceiling. But it's okay to eat fish, 'cause they don't have any feelings. Something in the way. Something in the way. Yeah. Underneath the bridge, the top has sprung a leak, and the animals I've trapped have all become my friends, and I'm living off of grass and the drippings from the ceiling. But it's okay to eat fish, 'cause they don't have any feelings. Something in the way. Something